Domestic abuse has become a major problem, and many people become victims of domestic abusers. Like this man ended up murdering his own family after he got involved in an extramarital affair. This woman confiscated her ex-boyfriend's bicycle and kicked him out of her apartment. Another woman was accused of domestic battery, and this woman was accused of domestic violence against her own husband. So, without further delay, let's look into our first case. In August 2018, the serene town of Frederick, Colorado was shaken by the disappearance of 34-year-old Shannon Watts and her two young daughters, Bella, 4, and Celeste, 3. Shannon, who was also pregnant, was reported missing by her husband, Chris Watts, who made public pleas for their safe return. However, the unfolding investigation revealed a chilling story of domestic abuse and familial homicide. Initially, Chris Watts claimed that Shannon had taken their daughters to a friend's house and had not returned.
I've exhausted every friend that I know of, and every friend that I have has called friends that Shanann has that maybe I didn't know about, and it's just it's vanished. She's not, when I got home yesterday, it was like a ghost town. She wasn't here. Kids weren't here. I have no idea where they went. And it's just earth-shattering. I don't feel like this is even real right now. It's like a nightmare that I just can't wake up from. I texted her a few times and called her. I didn't get a response, which that was a little off. And then her friend Nicole showed up about a little after noon. I could see it on the doorbell camera. And I was like, hey, what's going on? She's like, I can't get a hold of Shanann. And
yet, inconsistencies in his account and his seemingly detached demeanor during media appearances raised suspicions among investigators and the public. Surveillance footage from a neighbor's camera showed Chris acting suspiciously, loading his truck in the early hours of the morning after Shannon and the girls were last seen. A cadaver dog later detected scents indicative of human decomposition in Chris's truck. Faced with mounting evidence and after failing a polygraph test, Chris confessed to the murders. He revealed that he had been having an affair and wanted to start a new life without his family. On the night of the crime, Chris strangled Shannon at their home and then smothered his daughters. He transported their bodies to an oil field where he worked, burying Shannon in a shallow grave and placing Bella and Celeste's bodies in oil tanks.
I just felt such anger that nothing, I didn't feel anything.
Lost it in the choker or?
That's just rage. Why take their bodies out of the house and bury them? I was scared. I didn't know what else to do.
Chris Watts was charged with multiple counts of first-degree murder, unlawful termination of a pregnancy, and tampering with a deceased human body. To avoid the death penalty, he accepted a plea deal, resulting in a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
In the Colorado Department of Corrections with no possibility of parole.
Next up, we have the case of a woman named Valerie, who was reported to police on June 17, 2022, for provoking a domestic disturbance in an apartment complex. But little did the responding officer know what sort of person he was going to meet when he arrived on the scene. Valerie was not cooperative at all and didn't seem to want to work with the officer during the encounter.
Out of my home! No, I will get the supervisor now. I did not invite you in.
Don't come
Officer,
near me.
then don't come in my home.
Near me.
I did not invite you in my home. You are now trespassing without a warrant. Exit my doors.
Valerie's ex-boyfriend was pulled aside by another police officer who had just arrived on the scene to ask him about what had happened. Although he didn't touch Valerie because he didn't want to get personal with her, her ex-boyfriend disclosed that Valerie had been abusing him at times.
She's assaulted me before. Obviously I can't touch her. I don't want to be physical with her. And
is she your girlfriend?
She's an ex. We just hang out with friends. And she knew I had to go to work this morning at 5:30. I do house painting. And when I started to leave, she just started going off on me.
As all of this was going on, the woman misbehaved with the other officer and eventually had her just desserts, as the officers grabbed her and put her in handcuffs. Not long after, an officer approached a neighbor who had been by to see how she was doing. wondering what would happen to her kids. Strangely enough, though, the woman made a foolish move and removed her handcuffs as the officers checked on them.
You're inside my house. Sir, please stop. I'm not resisting. Stop.
You are resisting.
No, right now I am because you're hurting me. You came into my home without invitation.
You are under arrest for resisting and obstructing. Understand?
I did not do anything. He does not have a warrant. Please stop.
You're under arrest for resisting and obstructing. Understand?
Can you please? I'm not going anywhere. Please
Okay.
stop.
Can we help you with something?
Yes.
He's
I'm her downstairs neighbor. I'm wanting to know her. I know her kids.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes. And
Okay, they're fine. I'm gonna put an eye on
I'm
them.
wanting to know
Okay,
that.
okay, it would have been different. Sir,
I'm gonna check on them right now.
Sir, he's not somebody that can be talked to like a human being. So, if no, please let me finish. Please let me finish. Please let me finish.
The officers have a hard time cuffing Valerie back and then making her sit down, as she refuses to listen to anyone. She claims to have PTSD and tells the officers to stop jumping down her throat, as she has done nothing wrong and they don't have a warrant to enter her house. One of the officers makes Valerie breathe and tries to explain the law to her, but Valerie acts as if she owns the law itself and interrupts the officer, telling him to stop the other officer from searching her things. The officer then explains to her that when they have a domestic disturbance complaint, they have the complete right to enter a property and take any legal actions. But Valerie doesn't seem to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you not hear me speak to you, sir? I said I have 3 children. No, that's perfect.
If you
Thank
calm down for me, these are gonna
would
come
stop
off. Do you
yelling.
understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you understand that
You're
I'm
the
having
one
PTS,
yelling at
sir?
us, okay?
I'm having a PTS trigger right now.
need you to
I am
stop.
not trying to be out of control.
Okay.
I am really
Breathe.
just having serious PTSD issues.
Breathe.
You need a warrant to enter my home.
No, not when it's a domestic related
Okay,
issue.
but he does not have a right to search my things
Okay.
or my home
Okay?
without my permission.
Because you have kids here, we
And
have
why?
to check their well-being.
That's great. He's
Okay.
alive.
As everything was going down, the other officers went inside the woman's bedroom, took out the bicycle, and gave it to her ex-boyfriend. The woman was then asked what had caused the commotion, after which she was given a cigarette to help her relax. The officers then asked her about her side of the story, and she explained how the ex-boyfriend had cheated on her and also owed her a lot of money, and also blamed the cops for entering the house without her permission.
Did he have the bike here and you kicked him out, or what exactly?
I told him, I was like, I'll keep the bike until you pay me my $120 plus that you said you paid me for months now.
Did he leave on his own, or did you make him leave, or what happened?
The cops knocked, and he was like, answer the door. I was like, I'm not answering the door. He answered the door, and I said, go.
Got you.
Even after being released, she started to quarrel with the officers once more. So it didn't finish there. Valerie persisted in her refusal to acknowledge that she was mistaken, even after the cops left the apartment, and went on to explain her infractions.
Multiple times. I'm just saying, though, but please don't do that to people.
Ma'am.
I'm not trying to argue. I'm
No.
being calm. I'm just saying.
Can I speak, please? You've been like this the whole night, and this is what started. We're gonna take the handcuffs off.
I wish you would have
Done this the first time.
Sir, you threatened me in my home. That's how I felt. You may not have perceived it that way, but that is exactly how I felt, and it would not have happened that way. So please, maybe next time, just take down the cop attitude, because it would have gone a lot differently.
The same way you're doing right now.
I did cooperate. I just was a little hyped.
You.
I felt threatened. Okay, can you understand, as a mama bear, I felt threatened. And that's really where it was. I have this man who's knocked me up and lied and abused me and my children.
This is Kayla, age 31, who was involved in a domestic battery incident on March 18, 2023, which led to someone making an emergency call that was dropped in the middle of the conversation. Officers attempted to step in as soon as they heard loud noises emanating from the residence when they arrived at the scene.
He's wasted.
No.
He's crazy.
Hey,
No,
everyone stop.
no, come in here.
I'm here. Do not
This
touch
is my house. Don't come in my
we are
house.
investigating something.
Yeah, she.
The cops attempted to speak with Kayla during the encounter to try and ascertain what was going on, but she refused to comply and was acting strangely. So they were forced to take action. They pushed her against the wall and put her in handcuffs.
Handcuffs.
No, I won't. This is my
Telling
house.
you right now, if you put your hands on me one more time.
I didn't touch you. Touched me. Don't
Okay,
touch
okay,
me.
okay, stay away from me.
Don't touch me. Oh, okay.
You're under arrest.
No, I'm not. Why? Okay, I'm not resisting. Okay. I'm talking to you.
Okay, no, put her
Listen.
handcuffs.
Okay,
Put her
don't.
in
No. Okay, I'm listening.
Kayla persisted in disputing with the officers and disobeying their orders, even after she was placed under custody. When another officer questioned the victim in the interim, she discovered that Kayla had attempted to strike him and scraped his face. She was subsequently taken to the station for additional processing, where she persisted in arguing her position over the circumstances.
No, I already told you.
What? Tell me what? I'm upset. Okay,
I heard you.
I know.
You didn't listen, and I told
harm you.
No, I understand.
You know,
I'm
that's
stressed.
Fine.
You need to sit down right now.
I just want you guys to understand what I'm going through and not arrest me.
Sit down. Sit down.
But before Kayla could fully explain how an argument had resulted in a physical altercation with her fiancé, officers quickly convinced her to cooperate. After being brought to Missionary County Jail, Kayla was accused of assaulting her partner. But she wasn't the only one. She was also charged with domestic battery and aggravated attack of a police officer.
Yeah, she wasn't living with the baby. He was backstairs. He was down the stairs, and I was way back, away from them. I was like, oh my God. And then out of nowhere, after he told her to stop, she started screaming at the top of her lungs, acting like she was being killed. And I was like, oh my God, like, that's insane.
Was she on the phone with 911 already?
She was at one point. After that, she wasn't. She was like...
that when she was screaming, though?
Yeah, she was making a scene.
Is that when she was calling 911?
On the phone with them or after the phone with them? I couldn't tell.
Okay.
Because she had her phone at one point when she was talking. She was talking, but I couldn't hear it, so I was ignoring it.
Right.
And he was ignoring it a little bit, and I was like, oh, what's she doing? But yeah,
So what happened after she stopped screaming?
The cops showed up right away.
Okay, so it was almost immediate.
And then the cop came upstairs. He said that I touched him, never did. It was so much commotion that was happening because he was yelling, she was yelling, and then it was at one point. I had the baby at one point, and then she was laying down, and then she woke up looking at that time. But I can't remember exactly. Like it wasn't like she wasn't reacting towards me with the baby in her hands. That's what I remember. Yeah.
This is Suzanne, who got into a violent fight with her husband at an Airbnb in Florida on January 18, 2023, which prompted him to phone 911 and report the incident. When the police arrived, the husband approached them and started to describe what had transpired.
She drank too much. I went to bed. I tried to. I even moved to another room.
Okay.
She started screaming, yelling. I'm thoroughly embarrassed that you're here.
Happens, man.
Yeah. She got angry and started ripping my hair out.
What's she getting angry about?
She's just swearing abuses at me, calling me a all sorts of stuff like that.
But what started it? Obviously something draws.
And I wouldn't pay attention to her.
Okay.
I tried to leave the situation, just go to sleep. I had 4 hours of sleep last night. I just wanted to get up and go to work. That's really all.
I gotcha. All right. What'd she do? Grab your hair? I saw that in the call.
She punched me. She grabbed my hair.
Where'd she punch you at?
In my face.
Okay.
I don't think she.
Closed hand, open hand.
I'm pretty sure it was closed hand. It's not. Okay. It's not the first time, but it's been a long time.
Can you point to where on your face she hit you?
I think right here. I hope there's nothing there. I don't want to see that. I don't want other people to see that tomorrow.
I get that. And then she pulled your hair?
Yeah, a lot of hair came out.
Okay.
I started videotaping at some point because I didn't know what else to do.
When she pulled your hair, was it on that side?
Everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's inside still?
She is. This is an Airbnb. We're staying here till March. There's a code on the door, but I think she locked the deadbolt. And I think she's called either a daughter or a friend. He called the cops on me. Come get me, that kind of thing.
So. Okay. Not a problem. Obviously, who's on the Airbnb? Is it you or her?
It's me.
It's you? Okay.
Just me.
The officers approached Suzanne right away to get her account of events after learning of this.
Okay, you're Suzanne, correct?
Yes.
Is this the towel you're looking for?
It's not there.
Okay, it's not important at the moment. So what happened?
I don't know exactly. He's had her up 2 weeks.
So what happened? I think you know why we're here. I need to get your side of what happened.
Well, he said it like an hour ago.
Although Suzanne denied ever touching the husband during their heated argument, she purposefully avoided answering any questions from the officers. She continued to act uncooperatively, even after the officers discovered a bottle of alcohol and several pulled-out hairs on the floor of their bedroom.
I just need you to fill that out so we can get moving here.
So we know what's going on. We need your side of the story.
Okay, yeah.
Nobody wants to hear this because it's like whimpering and like I don't even want to go through this.
Okay, well, we're here now, and we're trying to get your side of the story. If you don't want to provide us your side of the story, then we have to go off what we know.
I'm just saying that, like, today my husband came home from work. He's been having a lot of stress at work.
Okay.
For not a couple weeks, for like quite a few weeks.
Okay, what did that progress into tonight? Okay, so when did it become physical? Like, what happened?
I don't know, I've been taking Sudafed and I asked him to bring me home whiskey, and that is the truth.
Okay, you're not answering the question. You see the problem here? We asked the question, you're deflecting.
I see the problem, and I have a hard time hearing.
No, you're deflecting because you're answering questions, you're just not answering the question we're asking. So at what time did it become physical where your hands or his hands touched someone else?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
Okay.
So are you saying it happened or it didn't happen?
I don't think it happened.
You don't think?
He was upset.
You don't think it happened?
Okay.
No.
The officers quickly determined that they had had enough and that Suzanne would be taken to jail after multiple attempts to coax her into cooperating. But it didn't take long for things to go out of hand, and Suzanne did the unexpected.
Hey, Nelly.
What a
Here.
Yeah. You're
No.
You're a
Hey! Don't
touch me like that. Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is what you want?
Yeah, you want to start rushing and asking pushing us? Yep, that's how it's gonna work. That's another Stop!
I'm not doing anything.
You're pulling away.
I haven't done a shit.
We're
nothing.
He's been nothing but nice.
Nothing? Really?
Yep, you're going there.
Done anything.
Before the medical team arrived, the policeman tried to disinfect the pepper spray after Suzanne was led to the police cruiser.
Okay, what's your name?
Suzanne.
Okay.
Where am I at right now?
Okay, you're in Cocoa Beach.
I know where the cops came in at.
Okay. All right.
I just can't see.
Okay, I understand.
Was she altercating with anybody at all besides you guys?
You just hit her with water too, right?
Yeah, it's just sprayed her with. Well, she got pepper spray. We're decontaminating with water.
I got pepper spray.
She got into a fight with her husband.
Ma'am, I understand that. Okay.
Yeah, he's
fine.
an assault.
They didn't
say that you guys. No, we said over the radio. It was just we wanted you guys out here for pepper spray because at first we couldn't find water.
If I don't go to the hospital, where am I at?
You're in Cocoa Beach. Let me start right there. Regardless of the situation, okay, whether you go down to the hospital with ambulance or by PD, you're gonna go back with them, okay? You understand that?
I can't see right now is all I understand.
Okay.
We're at the back seat of.
Should be all right.
Well, we're gonna give you a ride up to the hospital, okay?
I can't see anything.
We'll help you get up.
We'll help you.
After receiving additional medical attention, Suzanne was brought to the station and charged with domestic abuse and resisting arrest. With that, we wrap up today's video. Like and subscribe for more amazing content, and leave your suggestions down below. Thanks for watching.